Hi Mum, just doing another yoga video for you. This video will be very short, probably no more than 15 minutes, and you don't need a mat, you don't need anything other than a chair, you don't need to change, you can keep your shoes on. It's just a quick video that you can do when you've got a spare 15 minutes. So, I'm going to start by sitting on the chair. Your back nice and straight, away from the back of the chair. Your knees at right angles, and your feet. Your knees about hips width apart, your feet flat on the floor. Just going to arrive and center. So you can just place your hands onto your knees, relaxing your shoulders down, just letting your chin tuck in a little bit. Lifting up, imagining you've got a string lifting you up towards the ceiling. And just beginning to feel that connection with the feet and the ground underneath you. And the connection between your sitting bones and the chair. And bringing your attention to your breath, just noticing how you're breathing. Whether your breathing is very shallow and fast, whether it's smooth and even, or whether it's uneven. There's no particular right way to be, it's just noticing how you are in this moment at the beginning of the practice. And just spend a few moments with your breath, letting it settle down. And if you'd like, and it's comfortable for you, just try to deepen your breath a little bit. Breathing into your belly, into the back of your ribs. And just extending your out breath. Be a little bit longer. Just staying with your breath like this for a few more moments. Relaxing your hands onto your knees, your shoulders away from your ears. Open your eyes and just get your hands and give them, draw some circles with your hands one way and then the other way. We'll do the same with the shoulders, so put one hand onto one shoulder and just let it go round one side way and then another way. And then swap hands, the other shoulder, go round one way and the other way. Really paying attention to how it feels. If anything in this practice feels uncomfortable, just stop. Some of the poses you'll want to feel a nice stretch, but you don't want to feel any sharp pains or shooting pains. If that happens, just come straight out. Okay, so now bring both arms over your head. And keeping your shoulders down, just giving yourself a really nice stretch upwards, and you might want to just stretch one arm up and then the other arm up, stretching out the sides. Keeping your shoulders down though, not hunching them up, but just that's it. Lovely. And then down. And your shoulders. And now we're going to do a few cat-cow poses, but sitting down. So bringing your arms out to the side. You want to start by just lifting your chest up and just arching in your upper back. You can look a little bit towards the ceiling, maybe towards where the ceiling meets the walls. Your shoulders down and just allowing your upper back to look up, and then going the other way, giving yourself a really nice hug. If you want to, you can just do on an in-breath, you can come up, and on an out-breath, come down, if that's comfortable for you. On an in-breath, come up, and on an out-breath, give yourself a hug. And on an in-breath, come up, and on an out-breath, give yourself a hug. I'll just do a little twist here. I'll stay this way actually. So sitting up nice and tall, if you bring one hand onto the opposite knee and just the other hand kind of around the back of the chair, lifting up, and then you just want to twist from your belly button. So just twisting around, keeping this shoulder nice and relaxed. Keeping both of your shoulders relaxed actually. You only want to be twisting from here. You don't want to be twisting your hips round, so you don't need to go very far and you don't need to yank your head round. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So bringing your other hand to the other knee, your hand round the chair, lifting up, and then just from the belly button. And just remembering to breathe. Lovely. And now we're going to get up off the chair. Just do that very slowly, holding onto the side of the chair just for balance. I don't think you can see my head. Let's see what we can do about that. Anyway, well, you know what I look like. It's better that you can see my feet. So, which I think you can. Let's have a look. There we go. Yeah. Okay. So, standing with one hand on the chair, just lift up one leg and give your ankles a bit of a rotation. Just making sure that you're really good and steady on the standing leg, and then do the same on the other side. If you've got any cramp, just stop. And then just give your legs a shuggle. And we're going to bring your right foot, or one of your feet, doesn't matter which, just onto the sole, onto your toes. And then with the other leg, just bend it. Doesn't need to be far, just a little way. Just making sure that your knee is going straight over your middle toe, so that when you look down, it's not going in one way or the other. It's a very small movement, but it's actually a very powerful movement, and just engaging in your glute muscles there. Do this a few times on one side. And then you can change to the other side. So bringing your foot onto the ball of your foot, keeping your hips nice and steady, and then just bending the other way. You're looking down, making sure that your knee is going straight over your middle toe. My knee's clicking. Great. Give your feet a bit of a shuggle. And now we're going to do a chair pose, ironically. So you can keep your hands on the chair, And then what you want to do is just to bend your knees slightly and hinge your hips back. Just hinging back from here. Imagining if there was a wall sort of there behind you, just putting your bottom into it. Doing that. And then you're only using the chair for balance if you need it. You don't need to kind of grab onto it. And then sinking down into the heels, coming down, feeling the pressure down through your heels, keeping your knees really strong and facing over the middle of your toes. You should be able to see all of your toes. Shoulders down. You can hold there for a little bit. You should feel it in your thighs, in your glutes, and engaging your core. And then up. Just do that one more time. So hinging in your hips, sinking back into your heels, imagining that you're sitting back onto a chair. Oh my goodness, my chair's very dusty, just looking at it. And then up. It's great. Now moving back a little bit further away from your chair. And this time we're going to hinge from the hips. You can keep your knees ever so slightly bent. But we're just going to come down into a forward fold. So with a forward fold, we don't want to be folding down like that, but you want to be hinging from here. Maybe you can only go as far as that, that's fine. And come back a little bit if you need to, so you can have straight arms. Keep your hands either side of your ears, either side of alongside your arms. Bend your knees a little bit if it's, you don't want to be feeling the stretch here, but you want to be feeling it here. So if you're feeling it here, then bend your knees a bit. That's great. And then come up. That's great. And now onto the chair again. And we're going to spend a few moments just closing the practice gently. So just do one stretch. So bring one foot onto your knee. Let it flop as far as it wants to go, but don't yank it down. Don't hurt your knee there. And just keeping sitting up straight. You should feel a bit of a stretch in your glute medius muscle there. Stay there for a couple of moments. And then changing over onto the other side. Doing the same thing. That's great. And then just come to our final pose, which is just a sitting relaxation. So we'll end where we started, just sitting up straight in a comfortable way. Relaxing in your shoulders. Feeling your feet touching the floor. Relaxing your ankles. Softening around your knees. Feeling the connection of your bottom with the chair. Relaxing in your shoulders, just letting them melt down away from your ears. Relaxing your fingers and your palms, your elbows. Relaxing your jaw and around your eyes, and your forehead and your scalp. I'm going to spend a few moments just sitting here quietly. You might want to notice the breath coming in and out of your body. Maybe noticing any sounds around without getting too caught up in them. And your brain will probably be whizzing off to somewhere more interesting. And that's okay. When you notice it does it, just bring it back to this present moment, to the sensations of sitting here in this chair, knowing that this is where you need to be right now. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Give yourself a really good stretch. And you can get on with your day. Namaste.